arranging such kind of session for our students. And I would request Dr. Aparna to please introduce Mr. Sandeep Rao.
Okay.
Thank you, Tanmay. Uh, just to put on my video. It gives me an immense pleasure to introduce Mr. Sandeep Raut. Sir has 33 years of experience in IT strategy, consulting, and delivery experience. He is featured in top 10 global digital transformation influencers, in top 10 digital transformation influencers that will change your world. He's ranked 2 in top 15 Indian influencers in CEO World magazine, ranked 3rd in top 25 digital transformation blogs, ranked 8th in top 20 global thought leaders in digital ranked 7th in top 20 global influencers in digital transformation
I think may not be lost, it seems.
Pune, Enterprise Management 360, President CXO Club Mumbai. Sir has been invited as a keynote speaker in various summits and colleges to share his information on digital and analytics big data. Sir has his interviews been published in various media, such as Industrial Automation Magazine, The Blue Circle, ICICI Bank Biz Circle, SyncSort, Enterprise Management 360, the Business Transformation Network UK. Sir, apart from being engaged in digital marketing, he's also in customer journey mapping and digital roadmap, brand and logo designing, and he's been mentoring for startups in big data, analytics, and digital transformation. With this very short introduction, I would invite Mr. Sandeep Raut to initiate with today's talk on data analytics in healthcare. So we are very much thankful for you for finding such a time from your busy schedule for our students. And I welcome you to C U SHAH College of Pharmacy. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you, Dr. Aparna. That was a long list, actually. I don't give so many things, but Ashish sir just asked me, give me your profile, and I forwarded whatever I had. Otherwise, I'll
Yes,
have just two or three main things mentioned there,
yes,
because otherwise time will go into talking about this. So
yes.
thank you once again. Thanks to you as well as Dr. Tanmay as well for getting us here. So today we will just touch upon what is required for current students to look at as an analytics. And typically, as you know, I had played so many different roles in corporates. So we used to look at when we used to hire people, that do they know top 10 algorithms of analytics? Do they know a couple of things on the analytics? And with that, I have just put together a very small presentation. I'll just quickly like to share here, so that we will understand what it takes to be an data analytics expert, and understand what we can do to make you all the data analytics experts. Now, as you can see, it's a very quick, short introduction to analytics. Some of the people already may know it, but whatever decisions we normally take, we take based on data. Typically, in corporates also, gut feeling or gut decisions are also important. But normally, we look at the data, what has happened in the past, what will or what may happen in the future, and accordingly we take decisions, right? So everywhere there is analytics, and whole our life is based on the analytics. And that's where I just wanted to put a quote, that in Harvard Business Review 2012, there was a mention that data scientist is the top job of the century. And if everybody gets on this bandwagon, then there will be good decisions, right decisions, and stuff like that. Obviously, I want to keep a focus on this theme, that there are tons of data points available. There will be loads of insights, but unless and until you take action on those insights, it's not going to help that. And as I said, everywhere we are taking decisions in our day to day life, right? We visit doctor, we drive car, we shop for services, we get on the airplane, or we do anything, but we take a decision whether it should go ahead or not, we should do it or we should not do it. And that's where data backed analytics will definitely help, and that will change our lives. How data science is disrupting everything, because now we know what customers like about us or don't like about us. With the power of data in our hand, we can identify, the frauds in real time. Or in manufacturing industry, they can find out which are the parts will be breaking down in the future. So instead of a weekly, monthly, or quarterly downtime of 1 hour or 1 day, now you can do on demand servicing of those spare parts machinery, so that you can ensure that downtime is reduced. And there are multiple such use cases of analytics across all the business industry. Now you can personalize the offering. So insurance, we were just talking nearby, ma'am, right, that insurance underwriting, the price of insurance premium for me will be different, for you will be different, from students will be different, based on the age and all other parameters. So now consumers and service providers can personalize the service offering based on the data which is available about the customer, and that's really important. So data science is creating disruption across all the industries. Now no industry is immune. As you can see here, right from manufacturing till aerospace and professional services to energy, every industry is taking decisions based on data. In fact, on the dollar note it is written, right, in God we trust. And then someone added there, rest everybody please bring data for making the decisions on those fronts. So only God doesn't need a data to talk about the decisions. So jokes apart, but there are 8 types of typical analytics we normally talk about. The first four, as you see: standard reports, ad hoc reports, queries, and alerts, which we normally use in our daily lives. What has happened to our revenues or sales or cost, etc., how many products will make up a top revenue, or what actions. So anything which is kind of reporting all those green bubbles or globes you see, that is called as business intelligence. But as you move ahead, the blue ones are the actual analytics, and that is where statistical analysis, forecasting, predictive, and optimization, the 4 types of analytics which are crucial for decision making in pharma and any other industries, are really required. Now, talking about the analytics, again, you can categorize them into 3. Descriptive analytics are the plain report, as you saw in the green ones, right? Green blogs can be talked about as a descriptive analytics. They describe the problem. Whereas predictive analytics is showing you what will happen in the future. So that is why predictive analytics. And prescriptive analytics is all about, if this thing happens, what will happen to your product or services. So I can say, if I increase the price of this shirt by 500 rupees, what will happen to sale? Will sale go up because price is increased, or sale go down because customer may find it costly? So that is called as price optimization. That's where prescriptive analytics comes into picture. Now you prescribe based on the data analytics what is the next best action which is possible. And I refer these books I just have mentioned, they're Competing Analytics by Thomas Davenport. He is considered as a god on data analytics. So students can refer to that book as well whenever they have time. Typically, the deployment process we will learn in the course we are offering. It's a 7 6 7 phases which are mentioned here. Major 6 phases. You need to know the business. Now, all of you are pharma people having that good domain and data understanding. So those are very crucial steps. Then you do a data preparation and create a model. Now in this case, model meaning any logistic regression, neural network, SVM, GLM. As I said, you need to know at least top 10 models, algorithms, which you can actually code or actually draw from the tools, which are various tools which are available in the market. Then you validate the model whether it is showing you the correct results with the past data, and then present it with the visualization tools which are available in the market. So this is a cross industry standard method for data mining, which was developed in 96. because everybody was trying to do data mining and there was no standard procedure. So a couple of organizations came together and they actually created this CRISP-DM methodology. Now, here are some of the tools I just will touch upon. Python, which is one of the topmost tool nowadays because it connects to all the big data platforms and multiple other different technologies. So it has become a very popular tool compared to R. Now, R was popular earlier, but now it is taken over by Python. The another free tool which is drag and drop, you don't have to code, that is Rapid Miner. You can download this tool and you can start creating your own algorithms based on whatever's are coded already. There are more than 50 plus algorithms available there, and rest are available as and when you want to download. So TensorFlow is there, then Excel obviously you all must have used very much, Apache Sparks and multiple. I mean, I will not go into details of this, but think about just two or three topmost tools which will help you make yourself marketable, make yourself as a data scientist. These are really important tools from the point of view data mining. Now this is where you identify the patterns. You don't know what you are trying to find out, right? So fraud detection in your financial transactions or insurance transactions claims, that is where data mining comes into picture. Then sports analytics, nowadays many people are doing analytics on top of the players data and think about what will that player will do, how that performance of that player will be, and so on and so forth. Then comes the text mining. Now this is where identifying the sentiments of customers from the textual information, what we comment on Twitter or Facebook or social media. They identify the emotions of the customers. And you remember the Maggie famous case study, right? They found lead in the Maggie and they have to get out of India for a couple of months. So that's where customer sentiments comes into picture, and text mining helps a lot in that area. Forecasting, obviously another area where you identify a lot of different ways of understanding what will happen in the upcoming months. So it could be in the pharmaceutical, it could be in the manufacturing, it could be in the financial. Multiple again use cases are available. In energy, how much electricity is required in the month of winters, because people will use more heaters or things like that. So those are the kind of things businesses use forecasting for. Predictive, we talked about identifying or predicting what will happen. That's where credit scoring comes into picture. We all get phone calls from the various banks, right? Sir, for you we have personalized loan offer of 3 lakhs, 6 lakhs, whatever, based on your data. So that is a credit scoring, whether that person is credit worthy or not. That's how banks calculate about it, and then they offer you that particular. So this is predictive analytics. Then comes the optimization part of it, where you actually identify what will happen next. So that's where sale comes into picture. You have seen that big bazaar sale, right? 15 August, 26 January, and so many different ways they actually advertise for the big sale, which is called as price optimization. Sorry, there is a flight going above. I'm next to our international airport, so every 2 minutes there is a flight trouble for us. Sorry about that. But optimization is looking at the constraints you have and identify what is the next best scenario. That's where analytics comes into picture. Finally, whatever you do, unless and until you simplify it for the senior management or senior leaders who don't know the algorithm, who don't know the data science, that's where visualization comes into picture. So Tableau, Power BI, Excel, all these tools will help you create bubble charts and different scenarios we using visualization, because as a brain we also understand pictures worth 1,000 words, right? You must have heard that proverb. So that's why visualization is important. So these are some of the examples of industry wide use of analytics, and you can see every industry is using. We were talking about insurance just before the call started, where underwriting and price optimization comes into picture, or policy lapse prediction comes into picture, or claims fraud detection comes into picture. But even in pharma, there are tons of use cases where analytics is applied. Drug discovery, one of the best known area for analytics. You all know the current scenario. Everybody is talking about the vaccine. So which vaccine will do better? Are you able to identify the recruitment for the clinical trials, so on and so forth? What are the results of those clinical trials, and that's where analytics comes into picture. Then everywhere in the pharma also, sales, marketing, manufacturing, supply chain, everywhere analytics is applied. So that's why it is extremely important to know what is analytics and how you can apply, whether it is day to day life or your professional life. And that's what I just wanted to touch upon. So as someone said, data is the new oil, but it is a crude oil. You cannot use it unless you add the analytics on top of it to get the gold nuggets. And that's all I wanted to say today. I'll hand it over to back to you, either Tanmay or Dr. Aparna, or maybe Ashish can take it from here. Here are my contact details. If anyone wants to connect me, obviously, all of you can connect me. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. Yeah, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, yeah. Thank you very much, sir. Now, it's my again absolute pleasure to introduce our next speaker today, Mr. Ashish. Mr. Ashish is alumnus of Bombay College of Pharmacy. He has done B Pharm M Pharm from Bombay College of Pharmacy, and later on he has pursued MMM from the Jamnalal Bajaj Institute. He has more than 30 years of experience in the pharmaceutical industry in India as well as in Africa in the various fields, including sales, marketing, brand building, general administration, people management. He has worked with various well-known pharma industries such as Zydus Cadila, Alembic Pharma, Sun Pharma, Indoco Remedies, etc. And he is known for building very famous brands like Azithral, Pentocid, and Aten. Currently, he is a managing director at Navigo Analytics. He is also the industry relation, he's also on the industry relation board of VES College of Pharmacy. He is on the syllabus committee of Bombay College of Pharmacy, and he is a founder trustee with HPT Endowment Trust. Navigo Analytics is the first company in India which offers consulting in data analytics and digital solution in sales management, brand, customer management to the pharmaceutical industry. With this short introduction, I would invite Mr. Ashish to start with his lecture. Also, a small notice for students that they can type their questions in the chat box, or at the end of the lecture they can directly ask their queries to our speakers today. Is it okay, sir?
Yes,
Hello?
it's okay. It's okay, ma'am.
Yes, yes. So now I will request Mr. Ashish to start with his talk. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Tanmay, for a nice introduction and to give a pleasant start to our discussion. Before I go ahead and discuss with my favorite students, I will first and foremost thank myself to C U SHAH College of Pharmacy and the management, including Dr. Pratima Tatke, because when something was circulating across for the course, then she asked me, can you tell our students what is the advantage? I said, definitely, why not? It is my pleasure. In fact, I love that many pharmacists should come in this field of data analytics, and that's my objective or a passion, whatever you say. And then Dr. Namita, she coordinated and she did that. I thank her also, and thank you, Tanmay Rishi, for initiating this session. My dear students, I love interacting with students, so anytime you can stop me, ask me afterwards. Our session is there. You can ask me questions, and anytime you can connect with me. So I will be talking briefly to tell you where this data analytics is going to work for. Because the terminology of AI, the terminology which is more related to machine learning and all these things, they are so commonly used nowadays that everybody is using those terminologies without knowing what exactly that meaning of that word is all about. So I would like to first tell you what is this data analytics. Sandeep sir has nicely and lucidly shown us what is the data analytics part. And his slides are so attractive that you cannot forget what he tells you. I will be more into theoretical aspect of what data analytics, because I want all of you to get to know and get into this field of data analytics. Though there is no formal course in India which will train you thoroughly for data analytics, which we will be starting next year. Uh, that is postgraduate diploma course. But to get an entry level job, this data analytics is very, very needed. And why, I will tell you, give me some couple of minutes and that will come back to you. Before that, let me tell you, there were so many industrial revolutions which happened right from 1784, where machines came into picture. Earlier, everything was done by bullock carts or whatever it is. But then rails, roads, steam engines, cycles, they came into picture in 1784. And after that, you will see the second revolution came around 1870. I'm talking about again, what 150 years ago, what was happening. So there was mass creation of machines started, where the assembly lines, electricity, and all those things came. Now, after that came the third revolution, wherein electronics and computers started coming into picture. I still remember I was doing my M Pharm when computer was something new in 1989, and I was very, very proud that time that I'm typing my thesis on computer. People used to submit thesis directly from typewriter. So that was what we were very much happy during those days, where one computer was there in one college, and it was like a luxury. But mind well, in 2011 onwards or 12 onwards, I would say there's a fourth revolution which has come up, which is basically automation, data. So decision making is being made simple, and there are various things which came because there was a data which started coming in, and as sir told you, that data is a crude thing, and when you see and purify that, you get to know what should be done, how should be done, where it should be done. I will not be surprised if after 5 years down the line, there will be a predictive analytics that whether you can analyze yourself, whether I'll be getting how many marks in my fourth year of exam based on my first year, second year, and third year marks. That also might happen. It's difficult today. But basically, what data does is prediction of war, prediction of climate. Whatever they do is because of what data is accumulated, and that is given. So there are various types of analysis in which sir told you one is predictive analytics, which predicts what will happen. So and everybody is interested. आज सब लोग ऐसा कोई नहीं है जो एस्ट्रोलॉजी पढ़ा नहीं है, एस्ट्रोलॉजी के पास एस्ट्रोलॉजर के पास गया नहीं है. Every individual has a curiosity of future, and they go there. And as sir told you, data is a part of life. Whatever you're doing currently is data, and data is like God. Let me tell you, I fully believe data is like God, because for like God we respect that data. Everybody respects the data. Okay, everybody is afraid of God. Everybody is afraid of data. If you show in data in front, khalas, nobody can do anything. And when do we go to the data? You are all students. But let me tell you, we get detail into data when we have problem. In companies, when there are problems, then they dig out all the data, why this problem happened and all. Perhaps it might be with you also that if you get less marks, then you will start searching the data. मेरा किधर wrong गया, कौन सा question wrong गया, कितना mark teacher ने दिया. All those things will start. And data generation, whether it is in personal life, which is only restricted to you, or professional life or healthcare industry, data is a key. Marriage, even if you want to get married, there is a lot of data which you collect of the bride or the bridegroom to a greater extent. Even for your viva, when you go for a viva, first and foremost, you start finding out who is the professor who is going to teach, external referee who is going to come, and what is the type of questions he asks, how he does. And after starting also, जैसे पहले दो students का viva हो जाता है, then everybody goes to them, अरे क्या क्या पूछा, कैसे पूछा, क्या answer expected है. So everybody wants data, so they want to perform better, and that's the reason everybody wants data. Similarly, in professional life, key performance indicators are there. Publication, your teachers and your people, M Pharm students and all you must be worried about how many papers I'm going to publish, how many students are under me under PhD. So all these are basically data. So everybody is more interested to enhance their status with the help of data. Similarly, healthcare whole industry, the departments, the HCP means healthcare professionals, that is the doctors or nurses or whatever you say, and the patients. These are all related to data. Now, I'm just sharing with you, I'll not take much time. See, it is something like this iceberg. What you say now, iceberg, there is only 10% which is visible above, while there is a huge which is lying below the sea. So, data analysis is here below. People, whatever they see like this, and then they come in, they take decisions and all, which go wrong. And therefore, you need a data scientist who goes deep diving. He does not look at data only from here. He goes deep diving, looks at various aspects, and then comes and says, yes, this is what is data. So data scientist is basically a person who goes deep in the sea, dives in the huge information of data and take out whatever is the gold, the shell, which is having the diamond in it. So that is what. And industry today, pharma industry especially, now pharmacist friends, I would like you to do a career which is far, far better. I was lucky enough because I got a guide, Dr. Lala, who pushed me in doing marketing, MMS, during my 1989-88 days when I was doing M Pharm. And he pushed me to do this course. And it changed my career, it made my career bright. But after that time, 30 years, there was nothing special which is coming, which I see now. There are two things which are going to come. That is, according to me, data analytics and pharmacoeconomics. So if these are the two fields where you can make your career, otherwise, so many pharmacists are coming up, so many colleges are coming up. It's difficult to get good jobs nowadays. Industry is losing the luxury of gut feel. And because of many things, research cost is spiraling. Earlier, in 5 crore, we used to get a biologic. Today, 25 crore is needed only for a biologic to come into the marketplace. Margins are crashing, and price controls are there, pressures are there, and social media pressures are there. So you cannot extend the price. Immediately, people run, and there's a hulla bulla, and then the price is down. Technology is challenging. Every year, the technology changes. The company has to update themselves. कहाँ से लाएगा ये सब पैसा? So, and safety today is much talked about. Not only efficacy, it should be safe. As COVID ka, you see what are the tests going on. Efficacy is not the first thing people talk. If you see last 1 month, whatever reports are coming are regarding safety. There is one patient in Chennai who got some fever and he was bedridden. That made a bigger noise than how much efficacy the drug is all about. So safety is also a top parameter. So we always say you must be reading that in your school. Safety, efficacy, and acceptability. These are the three things which, when we formulate a drug, we keep a lot of importance to. So all these things, knowing this, why I am telling pharmacists today, talking to pharmacists that you should become data scientists. First, and pharmacists, we came to pharmacy because we don't want mathematics. Correct, no? Mathematics se chutkara mil gaya bhai. So I don't want you to get afraid of mathematics because I'll tell you why. Let me first tell you what is a data scientist. A data scientist does need three qualities. I will say there is a fourth quality also, but that is needed everywhere. Let me say three qualities. सबसे पहले, because it is related to data, it is related to figures, it is related to numbers, you should have a statistics analyst. That mindset should be there. कि I should be able to analyze. एक सच क्या है, झूठ क्या है, फिगर क्या दिखाता है. So that एक तो I should be in love of that understanding of analysis, statistics. Maths किधर बोला क्या मैंने? Absolutely नहीं. I didn't talk about maths at all. And I'll tell you why statistics also. Then technology. Because everything is done by computers. Human brain cannot do that. If you see earlier, 20 years used to take to bring one product into the marketplace. 20 years. Which slowly, because of this industrial revolution 3, when the computer started coming in, it slowly came down to 5 years. Today, you can bring the product in 5 years, 8 years, 10 years. And with the technology advent now, data analytics, you are yourself witnessing that in 1.5 year, there's a vaccine, which is the worst thing, most difficult thing is coming to the world in 1.5 years. COVID started in November 19, and you see that by, say, I feel it will be July, if you really ask me. But still, because of this politics and because of these pressures, they might bring it in February or March also. So in 1.5 year, just because of data analytics. And that is what technology is all about. So we should know about technology. That means, sir was sharing with you Python. Today, world over, any data scientist, if he learns coding and other thing, it is in Python. Python is a language. जैसे इंग्लिश है, मराठी है, वैसा कंप्यूटर का एक लैंग्वेज पाइथन है, सी प्लस है, जावा है, ये है, वो ऐसे सब ये पाइथन इज वन लैंग्वेज. Now, and the third thing is domain knowledge. Domain knowledge means today when we are talking in healthcare, it is a pharmacy domain knowledge. If we talk about education, it should be education domain knowledge. If you talk about aeronautics, then it should be something which is related to aeronautical engineering you should know. So you should know the domain knowledge. And healthcare today, roti, kapda, makan. इसके बाद there are two things which are always important is health and education. Nothing is important other than this five. Whole of the globe you see is talking only on this five aspect. If you want to become big, These 5 aspects are needed. If you take any Miss India, Miss Universe, any question is asked, it is related to these 5 things only. Answer is also, whatever question you ask, the answer is related to these 5 things only. So that is the secret of focusing. Roti, kapda, makan, and education and health. These are the 5 things important in life. If you hit it rightly, you will have always a future to stay. And these are the 3 things needed. Now, what is happening in today's pharma industry? USA and all, there are every companies who are having a separate department. There is a data scientist for every company. There is a person who does that. He has a domain knowledge. It is not data scientist, is not a MIS. It is in a MIS department. That is information system department. But he is a pharmacist, M Pharm or a PhD doctor. He is there sitting there. So in USA, you see a lot of people, and that's how its passion started. Because 2005, when I visited a company and I saw that there are data scientists who are taking this, and since then that was there in my mind that we should bring this to India. And today we are on a verge that there are a lot of data scientists who are going to meet tomorrow. I'll tell you which are the field. And technology is important first and foremost, and technology is nothing great. Let me tell you. Today, companies are hiring a statistician or a technology pharma company, and he is learning our pharmacy and becoming big. Now, we know pharmacy better. How can anybody know? We have done it for 6 years. Pharmacy is nothing, something we can learn for 2 months, 3 months and succeed. No, it is only human brain which can take it. While it is not the same for technology and analysis. That's why I said don't be afraid of mathematics. Don't be afraid of languages. I will give you a small example for that. But today, any mathematics or any statistics, it is formula driven. It is tool driven. There is a tool called Excel. You just ask them what is the average, it will give average. What is the standard deviation, it will give the standard deviation. You don't have to worry. Today you are not using Excel to that great an extent. But I can teach you Excel to such a fashion that MPharm and PhD guys don't have to worry about graphs and anything. You people spend a lot of time in generating that graph. It is a 5 minutes job in Excel. So once you know the Excel. So like Excel, there are multiple other tools. Like sir has told you about Rapid Miner or Python, the Power BI or your visualization tool is there. So these people automatically with the data they will take and give you all the average, standard deviations, graph, trends, all those things. So you don't have to worry. There is a tool. You have to learn the tool. So nothing in the brain. It is only operations. Similarly, IT. Majority 2 things are there. Python language is there. Okay. And your machine learning is there. What is machine learning? Is an algorithm. Sir had used our algorithm. Algorithm is a logic. And algorithms also are nothing. There are libraries which we create. And we then put that data into this library, that library, that library, and see. Okay, and there is a thinking. Like if you want to do a forecasting, then you have to use a linear regression model. But there are various models in machine learning. If you want to do this fraud analysis and all, there is a clustering model. You yourself see today, if you have done a transaction, you're not doing a credit card transaction more than 100 rupees, 2000 rupees. And one fine day, if somebody swipes for 50,000 once or twice, immediately in 2-3 hours, your bank will give a call. Did you do this transaction? No. Then we are blocking. Any small deviations, they know the cluster analysis. कि ये आदमी यही cluster में काम करता है, वो दूसरा गया तो पहले उसको phone करो. So that the loss of bank is stopped. Similarly, it is if you want to do something in other sectors, then there is a classification analysis, there is a random forest, and all those things are there. Decision tree. There are various models are there. Do you need? It takes. Believe me, if you are serious, it will take 15 days to you to learn machine learning. 15 days. And don't have to learn coding, don't have to learn Python, nothing. All these libraries are available. Put your data there, churn it out, and you will get answer. Only thing you should know which data to put, which is a dependent factor, which is an independent factor. ये IT वाले को समझता नहीं है कि डायबिटीज के लिए डिपेंडेंट फैक्टर कौन सा है, शुगर है कि फूड है, उसको समझेगा भी नहीं. While we easily come to know which drug, which competitor, which structure, everything. ये ऐसा स्ट्रक्चर बेंजीन स्ट्रक्चर है तो माइट बी द ड्रग इज कार्सिनोजेनिक. तो ये अपने को मालूम होता है, बोलना नहीं पड़ता है. So similarly, they won't know which are the dependent factors, and therefore we are the right people to drive that car. It is like a car, you know. You have all of you have learned car driving. All of you are above 18, so definitely you must have learned car driving. Pura, he teaches you car driving, how to drive steering wheel and all. Only one day there is a course where in 3 hours they call you and open the bonnet and show you where is the battery, where is the accelerator, where is the AC, where is the oil, all those things. कितना लोग seriously देखता है उसको? Because important is not that. It is something like that. Technology and analysis statistics is something like that. It is to be back of the mind. We have to use it. तो अपने को क्या ध्यान में होना चाहिए? how to use that. So how do you use this? With a steering wheel, with the accelerator, with the brake, with the clutch. ये चार पांच चीज करके हम लोग यूज करते हैं. So we need to learn how to manage this technology, how to manage the statistics. And that is why I tell pharmacy student, please don't be afraid. Today the technology is so driven that the way you can find out a game, how to play, similarly you can immediately find out with playing in 2 to 3 months time, and then you develop yourself and go ahead. Okay, just like a new phone, mobile phone you get, it is foreign to you, but in next 3 days you say so much that you know every aspect of it. It's something like that. And therefore I said, please don't be afraid of getting into this pharmacy, data science. Sorry, I'll go a bit fast now. Huh? So the technology alone is not sufficient because technology is there, but technology को interpret कैसे करने का, इसके लिए healthcare needs a human being who knows that knowledge. I called a machine learning guy, okay, and I was taking the interview. I told him this is data. I gave him a data which is basically sugar level, which is what you call in this fasting blood glucose, and of various patients, and I gave their calorie intakes. So I said, इसमें से बोलो correlation क्या है? अदा, you know very well कि भाई calorie intake अगर ज्यादा बढ़ गया है तो ये diabetic ज्यादा होता है. उसने उल्टा आके बोला मेरे को, okay, as the patient gets more and more diabetic, he wants to eat more and more calorie food. Right? What is the cause? What is the effect? They don't know anything. And I'm giving you a very simplest example. Huh? There are more complicated examples. When you want to do forecasting, exactly what should be the, अभी उसमें seasonality होता है कि allergy कौन से महीने में आता है, ये तुमको मालूम होना चाहिए ना. अस्थमा कौन सा सीजन में आता है, मालूम होना चाहिए. Gastric infection कौन से महीने में आता है, मालूम होना चाहिए. This is all pharmacists know. They don't know anything. But they today are getting the more lucrative jobs. Let me tell you, they are getting lucrative jobs today. देखो मैं बोला ना आपको. Now this is from a public domain I have taken out. Today the pharmacist is missing the bus. I am telling you, because average salary of a data science professionals across sectors, because there are BFSI, that is banking, finance, insurance, and all those things. There is a manufacturing sector. There also data science is needed. Sir ने बोला ना, which machine, when it will take ground, how much time it will work, everything can be predicted nowadays. Then healthcare is one. Healthcare meaning not only our pharma, it is also e-commerce and all those platforms are there. This also comes in healthcare. IT में उसके नीचे है और e-commerce है. Now you imagine these are the salaries who has worked at least 3 to 4 years, average salary. And today we pharmacists are struggling to get this salary. We have to work for 10 years and 15 years. I personally know that. Now, why don't we come and grab that? And I'll just move this out. But there are data. Why data today? Data is so much huge data. You imagine 130 crore people, 30,000 crore people are there today in India. Every second, everybody is generating 5 to 10 data. कितना data आता है? It is not GB or MB we are talking about. It is petabytes we are talking about today. And forget about Excel sheet में आता ही नहीं है वो data. Excel sheet में 1000 to 1000 बस इतना rows and columns आएगा. Nothing, very minuscule. So today data is very large. It is very, very large. And variety is also so high कि कुछ structured में, कुछ unstructured में. So how to bring that data into structured form? Okay, velocity इतना speed आता है कि आज मैं ये data analyze करूँ तब तक दूसरा data आ जाता है. So how to manage that? See, all these things are very important. And therefore a data scientist is needed. Forget about it. When I go to the consultation, veracity is the biggest thing. जो data capture किया है, whether that is right or wrong, I have to validate that first. So इतना issues है data के साथ. And that is where a data scientist is needed, because today every company wants to take a decision based on data. Gut feel पे किसी को decision नहीं चाहिए. नहीं मेरे को लगता है ये ऐसा करेगा तो ये अच्छा हो जाएगा. अरे ऐसा नहीं चाहिए. बोलो data है क्या तुम्हारे पास पीछे? The first thing people will ask, where is the proof? Similar, no? When you are writing a thesis, you write any statement, your guide will first ask you, किधर है? दिखाओ मेरे को research का paper हो. अरे नहीं है, बराबर नहीं है. You have misinterpreted that. So everybody wants some proof, some data behind that to take decisions. So I already told you, so I will not share much, but this is a sophistication solution which is there on the x-axis. On the y-axis, it is degree of insight. How much deep I have to penetrate. So first is descriptive analytics. I just describe, भाई ये आदमी है, he is a person, he has a black color, his hairs are so and so color, his eyes are so and so color, his chest is 56 inch and all those things. We can describe. These are descriptive analytics. Diagnostic analysis. What is the root cause? भाई ये इतना इंटेलिजेंट क्यों है? अरे इसके पेरेंट्स भी इंटेलिजेंट है, इसको डायबिटीज क्यों है, उसका हिस्ट्री है, हेरिडिटरी, तो और व्हाटएवर इट इज. अरे इसका इंग्लिश तो बहुत अच्छा, he was in a convent college. So there's a diagnostic analytics, what we do. Okay, why it did happen, whatever was there. So there we use regression analysis. In the first descriptive analysis, we use time series analysis, कि कौन से time के साथ क्या हुआ है. But that is not sufficient. That was long back. This is a traditional analysis. Now it is needed as predictive and prescriptive analytics. Not only prediction what will happen, but prescription बोलो ना क्या करने का कि that will not happen or I can overcome that. So these are the two things which are technology is taking. Today you can see earlier cyclone आता था कितने लोग मरते थे. Today even if the cyclone is going to come, the data analysis is so high that 3 days in advance you come to know that cyclone is going to come with what speed, which area, where it is going to hit. थोड़ा बहुत इधर उधर गलती हो जाता है, but then it hits, and then all the prescriptive things are taken care of, and you see hardly 3 people died in the cyclone this year. 3 people, which is nothing. Today also, within one day, everybody started doing their job next day. Whatever electricity again has to be back, Wi-Fi has to be back, everything goes back. So this is what is the strength of predictive analysis and prescriptive analysis, where your degree of insight is high and where the solution is high, sophistication. So these are the things, these are the 4 type of analytics in data science. आपको कुछ नहीं करने का, ये 4 में से कुछ ना कुछ analysis करने का. Sir has already shared that green and blue zone with you. So ये 4 में अपने को focus रखने का. Every company wants this, but whatever they want is based on data. बेस्ड ऑन डेटा कि मेरे को प्रॉफिट लाने का है तो कैसे लो, मेरे को कैंसर का ड्रग लाने का है तो कैसे लो, मेरे को कोविड का ड्रग लाने का है तो कैसे लो. दैट इज व्हाट.
सर जस्ट टाइम चेक कितना है अपने पास, हाउ मच टाइम वी
या आई थिंक 15 more minutes are there, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
So I'll try to complete in 10 minutes now, and we can then go in for question answers.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
what is the scope in healthcare? Now all of us are pharmacists. That's the reason I'm coming to this. And there I will take 5 minutes now. So if you want to go into marketing and sales after B Pharmacy, doing management or something, if you want to get into customer analysis, कि कौन सा customer है, which doctor, which patient, which hospital, or operational logistics, that is distribution, how I will reach. So all these 3 areas today, everybody needs a data scientist. Coming back to the clinical trials, that is clinical research or patients or analysis, today still, even if you want to after pharmacology take this as a career, you will still come there. Even after pharmaceutical analysis, you want to get into drug research or basic research or drug discovery or manufacturing science, still data science can be of much value. In USA, UK, it is used with a very, very great depth. India, it is not used in a great depth. In India, there are 2 fields which are very, very upcoming in last 1 year. One is sales and marketing, wherein customers and other analysis are needed. And especially with this COVID, digital marketing is happening. So all the more it is getting importance. So any marketing manager head has to be knowing in analysis. Analysis should be strong. His analysis should be strong. He should be able to do right forecasting. So that is needed there. And second thing which is in India coming up is majority of the time clinical trials, clinical data management, clinical research. This is the area which is coming up in a second way. Yes, R&D it is coming, but I'm afraid. I'm just giving you a tip, which is my information, my analysis, because I keep on reading that today R&D will shift from India to China, though we are having fight between each other and whatever it is. But China is now investing, want to become, जैसा हमको आत्मनिर्भर होने का, उनको भी होने का है. The API, nearly 70% of the API which is needed in pharma in Indian market is coming from China today. Okay, we only do the last part of analysis, last part of conversion, 2-3 steps, and we supply that API, that is active pharmaceutical ingredients, to the for manufacturers. But today they are going to. So R&D might not have a larger scope in the coming years, according to me. Okay, but still, it is 10 years down the line. They have just started. So थोड़ा-थोड़ा 1-2 साल तो खाली establish होने को लगेगा and 10 साल progress होने को लगेगा. So my focus is if you are getting into clinical trials, CRO or that area, if you are getting into marketing, sales and other thing, you should be doing or knowing what is data analytics all about. I'll just give you an example. Sales and marketing, earlier people are going to a doctor, उसके पास बैठते थे बाहर, अभी भी बैठते हैं, promotion करते हैं. It shifted to on technology. एक छोटा सा board लेके, computer लेके, they are showing to the doctor. And now that board is capturing everything. कि डॉक्टर कितना देर ये मेरा प्रोडक्ट देखा, क्या देखा, उसका लाइक्स क्या, क्वेश्चंस क्या पूछा, and all these things is recorded. And based on that, today the decisions are taken. Why? In predictive analysis, in targeted marketing, so which is the doctor who is right my brand? I'm not talking about molecule, huh? I'm not talking about azithromycin. I'm talking about who is right azithral, who is right azi, who is right whatever, IMOX or whatever it is. Who will write that? So today predictive analytics, because इतना data डॉक्टरों का अपने पास है. Not only that, their Facebook, their emails, their what you say, research papers which they are publishing, conferences which they are talking about, everything, all the data is taken, and इसका text analytics भी करते हैं. Sir has talked to you about text analytics. It is used by share, that is sentiment analysis is used by share market more today, but it is now started in our medical fraternity to find out which doctor is talking more about which molecule, and then go to the doctor and promote our product. Sophisticated sales. Today, the data which a person is showing from mobile or real-time analytics is there, कि where my PSR was there, medical representative was there when he detailed to the doctor. ये डॉक्टर ने मेरा ये प्रिस्क्रिप्शन कौन सी जगह पे लिखा, all those things are possible today, and there are various platforms, closed loop marketing platforms are coming up. Vivo is one of them, which is started using by Glaxo, Pfizer. So it's going to be in thing tomorrow. Customer mapping also, which is a right of doctor, what strategy he needs, what is he liking, everything comes up. भाई इसको horticulture का आदियत है, उसको photography का आदियत है. So you know everything about customers. You call anybody today for a second order for a Joy's Pizza को phone करो दूसरा कि ऐसा ऐसा है. He will always say, अरे last time आपने यही किया था ना, ठीक है ठीक है. So I'll send you com or I'll send you non-veg. So he knows everything about you because उसके सामने computer पे सब आ जाता है आपका. Drug discovery. This is one thing which is going to come, as told you. Both about efficacy as well as safety. I will not bore you with lot of things, but I'll tell you Numerate, which is a company Boehringer Ingelheim worked with and Merck also worked with for predictive marketing, because आपको मालूम है structure activity relationship is there. So what is the specific disease which you want to target? तो उसके लिए कौन से type of drugs काम करते हैं, उनका structure क्या रहता है, वो structure का तुम drug दूसरा कुछ synthesize कर सकते हो क्या? Numerate is guiding those things. Even for safety related, GNS Healthcare is basically an analytic company which partnered with Birmingham Women's Hospital in Boston. And not only that, the safety meaning whether this patient, what therapy was given, why he is coming back again, whether there are other side effects which came, whether there was ADRs which are there or not. So all these things, how much time or which year he will again get a congestive heart failure, itna tak predict karte hai wo. Okay, so safety part also is predicted. I'm just giving you an example of COVID. Now, this is a slide, might be familiar to you, because this is a host cell. Bottom side you will see that is also, and outside there is an alveoli. So this is an alveolar sac and this is a tissue. So the virus, which is SARS-CoV-2, which is going to enter here in this, and then it gets into the RNA DNA, so it becomes live, it impacts the body, and it remains there, or then it goes off, either of that, because of the drug. So we know the structure. So immediately, see, thousands company, why immediately people started? First and foremost, it has to bind. So how does this SARS-CoV bind? So there were so many earlier 3-4 SARS which have come. So that analysis was done, and then tocilizumab was pushed into the market so that this connection does not happen. So a preventive action can be taken by tocilizumab. And then when it enters, then therefore you should remember India, HCQ, hydroxychloroquine, kitna bheja all over the world. Because as soon as it comes, the membrane fusion or endocytosis has to happen. So breaking up that virus, not able to connect with the RNA DNA, because virus is something which is dead outside. As soon as it gets a tissue, it becomes live and starts multiplication. So how that will be happening? That is what we see. Then you see these Veers are there. So Lopanavir, Darunavir, Faviravir, these are the things which are coming up. Basically converting this RNA, breaking up into these RNAs. And therefore you see, but Remdesivir again did not succeed. Most of the drug came, they tried, and then they went out. So, but because you know the structure activity, you know the previous history, 1 year, 3 months, the drugs are out. Predictive drugs, trials, and everything is happening there. So whether, and it was effective in at least 60 to 70% of the cases. So at least that many people were saved. Again, clinical trials. Today, that is a bigger market. India is a big market for clinical trials. Ryzen and other companies or Cytec, these are the companies who come up. Contract research organizations, AROs, or data management companies are thriving on this. Clinical data management is a key thing today. Today, Glaxo is partnering with Tech Mahindra. IBM is trying to partner with somebody today. So every tech company is wanting clients which is a bigger client. Academic collaborators, not only these corporates, but there is a company called Illy, which connected with all the colleges in USA, collected all the theses which they are doing, and had a record of that. So anybody is working on one thing, and if they found that yes, this will be successful, they'll immediately collaborate with that college and start doing the research in the further, because they know idhar tak kaam ho gaya, I just have to work something. So it is so much collaborative approach which is going, And patient follow-ups also. Today, everybody like having their uh, data, which is getting fed, kitna walk kiya, kidhar IT hai kya. Then electronic data is there for diabetes or BP or everything. Everything is getting added, and it is going into the channel somewhere. And therefore, today it was easily possible in COVID to find out which is the area where the maximum COVID patients are there. So Arogya Setu app type of things were there, or every day the data was supposed to be published and given through the collectors to the states and to the India. So we came to know कि भाई केरला में अभी कम है, मुंबई में ज़्यादा है, मुंबई में भी यूसी धारावी ज़्यादा है या नहीं है. We could get into the geography of that. So therefore, this data analysis only made it possible today. It is purely numbers which will tell you. इफेक्टिव ड्रग ट्रायल्स. अभी पेशेंट सिलेक्ट करने का ड्रग के लिए तो वो पेशेंट कहाँ मिलेगा? इट इज वेरी इजी. चलो गैस्ट्रो का प्रॉब्लम है, टुडे आंख बंद करके यू एंड मी कैन टेल कि भाई दिस डिसीज आर मच मोर इन एपी, दिस इन महाराष्ट्र, इन यूपी, बिकॉज उधर खाने का हैबिट्स ऐसा है. Today you come to psychiatric disorders easily. I know because I was in the data for 30 years, so I know some things you might not be knowing, but that is known to many people. uh, Kerala and West Bengal are having maximum psychiatry. If you come to the hepatitis B, if you hepatitis B, more than 50% is in Punjab, and rest 30% is in Northeast. बाकी इंडिया में बहुत कम है. So now if I want to do a patient of this thing, I will select a patient from that area. Similarly, now if I am going to work on say a cancer which is a pancreatic cancer, अभी उसके लिए मैं patient कहाँ से ढूंढूं? Data analysis will help you to do that. And not only that, real time monitoring. If you are doing M Pharm, you know that you take pipette से वो ड्रग कितना रिलीज हुआ, 1 घंटे के बाद देखते हैं, 2 घंटे के बाद, 4 घंटे के बाद, 10 घंटे के बाद, और 8 घंटे के बाद तो घर पे जाना होता है, और उसके बाद तो रात भर कोई लेता नहीं, तो आफ्टर 12 hours it is directly 24 hours. And I did my M Pharm like that. But today it is not like that. Every half an hour you get the data. Every half an hour you get it. Real time monitoring is possible. तो पेशेंट का बीपी कितना है, एक खाली बैंड लगा दो तो उसका बीपी समझता है. एक खाली बैंड लगा दो तो डायबिटीज भी यू कैन एवरी हाफ एन आवर यू विल गेट व्हाट इज द ब्लड शुगर लेवल. So that is what is we are coming to. There are so many agencies which are cropping up now to help the companies. Navigo, my company is one there, but IQI, SMSRC, ORGIMSI, TCSI, IBM, these all companies are getting into this. Whether it's a customer or healthcare, we have to see, insurance companies we have to see, or logistics we have to see. So these are the areas where you have scope. Friends, this is a big market. You can be a business analyst, data scientist, or marketing analyst. कोई भी designation देखो, you just have to browse today in LinkedIn or in any Google where you will see तुम्हारे पास job है क्या इसका. And I will not take, the sir has already said there are so many areas, but in our healthcare, biotech, finance, gaming, healthcare, insurance, manufacturing, pharmaceutical marketing, everywhere data is coming. The course, there are so many things. In our course, we teach Python, Tableau, Power BI. You see those in different colors. So we teach that also. I will tell you, Novartis is a company, not in India, I'm talking about abroad. It works in drug discovery, commercial analysis, also in precision medicine. Meaning, right, they can find out a drug, and you see there are 250 data scientists they are hiring. Here also they are partnering with Aktana, which is another data analytics company. So what is the doctor and sales representative discussing से लेके उसको क्या अच्छा लगता है, and whether I reach to the right doctor with the right information at the right time, all these things is possible. Okay, here 500 clinical trials conducted across 2 million patients in a very short while. Here also you see technology leverage, they have connected with Path AI, and they can measure a strategy, what is the next path I should take if I want to successful, which molecules I should launch. So that is what they are doing. Roche, Bayer, GSK, Pfizer, AbbVie, Sanofi, everybody is into data analytics in every aspect. I'll leave about globe, I'll talk about Indian scenario. Abbott, they have a chatbot, Maya, today in India, so that MR or anybody does not have to worry and make a phone call. Phone call में time जाएगा, पैसा जाएगा, सब जाता है. He just has to type something and chatbot will tell you कि तुम्हारा order किधर है, तुम्हारा salary किधर तक आया, तुम्हारा expense कितना है, कभी बैंक में जमा होगा, सब everything is known to you. Cipla has lot of things, various areas, Salesforce analysis में जाते हैं, manufacturing system में जाते हैं, even supplier network, logistics में भी गए हैं, and they saved almost crores of rupees by hiring into data. Then Dr. Reddy's is more into science areas, they went into data lakes and all. They also went into sales analytics, where CRM solutions के लिए क्या करने का. And they became successful. Dr. Reddy's were absolutely going down. And last 4 years, you see Dr. Reddy's, just because of data analytics, how they came up. Similarly, Alchem today is using Aris. I was surprised. A new company, Aris, not even a 10-year-old company, is today having a department for data analytics and digital marketing. I was surprised there. इतना कंपनी है देखो इंडिया में काम करने वाला डेटा एनालिटिक दीज आर प्योर डेटा एनालिटिक कंपनी राइट फ्रॉम पीडब्ल्यूसी एक्सेंचर IQS ZS Expedia Fractal everybody and I'm just sharing with you these advertisements which I must have collected over the past 6 months whatever I see in LinkedIn or newspapers or whatever and people are not only saying Cognizant is saying we are hiring pharma candidates healthcare analysts so they are typically wanting who knows that area FFO analytics business analytics consult analytics, but all these companies are pharma companies. Piramal is clearly saying that we want senior data scientist analyst manager for predictive analytics, explore data expertise, but they are saying we want pharmacist. And they should know this R, SAS, Python or something like that. So what, and sorry, these are not difficult. Again, I'm telling you, this can be mastered. Just the way you spend 2 years to do management graduation, you spend 2 years in doing this, you will be a big man or big woman. How many are really focusing on salaries also, apart from recognition and knowledge? Please do it, friends. Target that you be, don't let IT guys or statistics guys take that salary, which is basically your own. We are having this course, and that is what was circulating in the thing, and that's why I connected with Dr. Pratima Tatke, and she said, why don't I say? So our course is starting on 10th of December, this now. This is the second batch which is going to go. And though it is 40,000, other courses are 1 lakh plus. We are offering at 40,000, and for students, we are giving a discount of 25. In fact, those who registered before 5th of December, is a further 10% discount on that till 5th of December. So there is this course, and we teach, you see, whatever subjects you saw, whether it's Python, Tableau, Power BI, machine learning is whole topic, analytic techniques, totally is machine learning. Plus, we also talk about statistic tools, Excel, and everything. And there are exams which are there. And it is not video lectures like Coursera or anything like that. Sorry, great learning, simply learning, no. Just like a teacher teaches in class, our teacher teaches, and it's a hands-on. You do along with me. So you have to have a computer in front of you. You work on the computer and see how the faculty is also doing. So this is what has to be done. Thank you very much, students. I don't know whether I went very fast. I generally take more than an hour for discussion. But since I don't want to bore you more, I thought I'll try to make it compact. And young ladies, you should come up is my focus that each pharmacist should think that he should become a data scientist. And that is my passion and it will happen over a period. But please be on the riding of the curve, first to ride the curve. Thank you very much.
Yes,
Thanks,
thank you
Dr.
very much, sir.
Tanmay.
Yes.
Thanks, Dr. Tanmay.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. It was a nice and very informative session. And you did cover, an entirely new area for our students. I'm sure they are not much aware of it in a very short time. So now I will request students if they are having any questions to ask the questions. There are two questions I can see here asked by one of our faculty member. Sir, shall I read it out for you?
No, it is in front of me. Faculty,
Okay.
I will answer at the end if you don't mind. And
Okay.
I'm happy that faculty is here because every college I tell the faculty should be there because students believe in teachers more. Teachers should be whatever doubts or clarity or guidance the teacher has to give the students. And I'm happy that faculty is there and they're asking the right questions. So I would love to answer that, but let first students if they have any questions because students must be hearing this for the first time. And definitely I will tell students to Google afterwards. Huh? After this session, Google first. वो पहले छोड़ मत देना एक आधा घंटा थोड़ा spend करना data analytics पे and then you go to your job. Yes, any questions from students? Then I'll take questions from the faculty.
Looks like it was simple enough.
So I presume there are no questions, doctor?
Sir,
Yes.
Yes, someone is asking. Yes.
good
Yes.
evening, sir. I had a question. Like I've seen that data analytics is used everywhere. Like it is a part of every field in pharmacy, like all the jobs. So this is a certificate course, or you can get any like a degree or diploma.
Thank you, Disha. Disha, can you just brief me which year you are in?
Sir, I am currently in final year.
Okay, great. So nice to know, Disha, and a very good question. As you rightly said, this is going to be in every omnipresent, what I call, and it is a confusing. More, jitna data ज़्यादा, उतना confusion ज़्यादा रहता है, and same thing with YouTube. This is a certificate course. So this is only a 100-hour course. In 100-hour course, you will not be able to get out and immediately you're a master's, because unless you continuously practice, because we give analytics homework also. Now 50% of the class, let me tell you, is one of the best. 50% class I would not recommend, because when we are teaching, the students who are doing, I saw the analytics homework and then they submit to their professors, they are very good. So this is a certificate course where we try to teach you, give you guidance, give you directions. Okay, we cannot totally handhold. For handhold, there will be a diploma course which will be needed for full year. You have to be with us. Okay, and not 100 hours, but for at least 300 hours. Then furthermore, if you really want to master, then you need a degree course. Like 2 years M Pharm you did, so MBA you do, or 2 years M Pharm you do, you create a specialization. Now that has to be done. In India, till date, let me tell you, nobody has started these courses. I have started this course, and because BCP also was behind me that they wanted to start, so along with BCP, which is a well-known institute, then they created 1.5 year. We started, searched what are the courses, what needed by the company, and then we created a course, applied it, got it passed by academic council, and then we presented with 8 credit points. So it is a long process. So diploma also has started, but I feel diploma will take another time. It will be in July, which we might start, but time has go. So diploma ke baad, you can easily claim the job, easily. Here, based on your intelligence, what you acquire, you can claim the job. Enter at the lower level, be an intern for 6 months, and then claim the job.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Disha. I hope I clarified your doubt. Anybody else has any question? So you can think of the question. Meanwhile, Dr. Rohini had asked a question. So I'll answer that. Madam, I would just like to know which is the specialty of yours, Miss Pharmaceutics, Pharmchem, Pharmacology, or what?
Yes, sir. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I'm able to hear you, ma'am.
Yeah. I am teaching at C U SHAH Pharmacognosy and other
Prognosis.
subjects given me
Okay.
by principal madam. But my
Okay.
base master's in quality assurance at C U SHAH College of Pharmacy.
QA.
I am
Okay.
this college.
So QA
Thank
is
you, sir.
again QA is again an area where digitalization and CFR 21, because of that, too much of paperless and e-things are coming up. So for data which is generated is very, very high. Coming back to your question, how is your placement policy? Now in our current course, there is one lady who got a job in 45 days. Okay. We do share with them how to write a CV, or share with them. We don't teach them, remember, or where are the opportunities. So we don't guarantee placement in our certificate course, because certificate, I cannot assure you that you get knowledge, because unless there is an equal participation from the candidate, there is a difficulty. So that is our placement policy. We help people to get across to the company people, or the professors who teach, come to teach us. USV department head of R&D is there. Ryzen, which is again today in the news because it's a tech company taken over by Alembic, and they got a new SARS vaccine also. So that vice president had come to us to teach. Then we have a Pharmarex COO, that is which is an analytics company, and serving to a lot of pharma companies. So these people are coming to teach, and they also need students, so they can pick up. So one student got a job in 15 days time, 45 days time. So it is all typically one is who is hunting the job, one who is practicing the thing will get a job easily. Then placements, nobody approaches us. In fact, we approach companies that we have people, and many of the times today, easily it is analytics company which take over people. It is like Cognizant hai, TCS hai, or you can say IQVI hai, yeah, you can say CMARC hai, or IMS ORG hai. So these are the companies today, they are lifting very easily. But there are companies like Abbott and others also who are asking, but there is a long process. They want somebody who is experienced. So immediately freshers, I would say get into analytical company first. While if you have 2 3 years of experience and then you also do data analytics, then in corporates you can climb the path very easily. That is your second question. Third question is, do students work on sponsored project at Navigo Analytics? Navigo Analytics is a company which, because we are working with data, we are playing with data, confidentiality is very high. We don't give anything to be worked outside. Our people and our computer experts only do it. So we have not given any, like market research, I know so many companies are asking me. But when it comes to internal data, we are very choosy. We don't want that data because single thing goes out, our credibility goes down. Data is privacy or data governance is a very big chapter, and we are very very sensitive to that, and also all the companies are sensitive. That's why we don't take on the sponsored projects. But if there is a sponsored project, if a masters for masters, if a college can get, we will be happy to assist that professor or that department in ensuring that they get a good course and they take a proper path. Yes, we can assist you. I hope, Vagmare madam, I have tried to answer your
Yes,
question.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. For second question, what I was thinking that students are getting hands-on training for any kind of sponsor project, because for MPharms, we give projects. So such kind of thing is there or not, but you do have your own rules. Okay, let it be. Thank
I don't have a rule. I
you.
have to have that. If data privacy is
Yeah,
not
yeah,
there,
yeah,
I'll be out of
yeah,
business.
yeah. I
But at,
got it.
but at the same time, when I'm referee for M Pharm, I see that students are not getting into deep when it is to be data analysis is to be done. So I can find out from the data कि भाई ये तो तुमने बनाया डेटा ये किया नहीं है experiment, because this is what I know. Looking at the data we come to know, because I know how the data should travel. So in M Pharm and PhD also, generally now I will be teaching to BCP also in statistics, how to apply statistics. You have a subject of statistics, but in your research you don't use, and that is not taught in statistics to you. कि स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन करने का है, कितना टेस्ट करने का है, अगर मेरे को डाइल्यूशन करने का तो कितना डाइल्यूशन करना है, how many number of tests I have to evaluate and analyze before I say the final things. All these things are having a science behind it. Sorry.
No, are there any more questions from students? Okay, sir, I would like to ask, like if a MPharm fresher with, any certificate course or even without any course in the data analytics, what is the start offer they might receive?
See, whether it's a M Pharm or B Pharm,
I'm asking about MPharm because I don't think they will take B Pharm. I'm
they
not
take B
sure.
Pharm because the candidate who got the job currently in Rockmetrics is a B Pharm candidate.
Okay.
So, analytics is something where you want to go. Like M Pharm will have an R&D or clinical trial if you want to go. People will prefer a M Pharm better than a B Pharm. Okay. But if you
Yes.
marketing or logistics or any customer analytics area, I believe it will be both will be rated same only. So that
Okay.
is my first take to it. Second take, I can only tell you, my COO who's coming, Pharma, he wanted a 8 to 10 years experience person. He
Okay.
was ready to pay 30 lakhs. Okay. To that,
Okay.
and 3 months he is not getting any person. Fresher,
Oh,
when I asked him, how much you will pay? I said, fresher है और उसको थोड़ा बहुत भी आता रहेगा, तो पहला साल में मैं उसको 4 लाख दूंगा, बाद में उसको depends, if they take up then 5-6 lakhs I'll give. But let me tell
okay.
you, when these engineering students come and then 2 years or 3 years, therefore I said first 3 years you don't expect much money. You might get
Yes.
right from 2 lakh to 4 lakh. Okay. But
Okay.
then I see M Pharm guys, when I take this referee as an external exams, they are working at a salary which is, I am afraid why today we are going to that, because we don't get into uniqueness or differentiation. And then if you do run of the mill job, then there are no job or we have to sit home.
Yes.
And a student who she's an intern now for 6 months, she is getting 2.5
Okay.
B
Yeah.
Pharm.
Okay.
Sandeep, you would like to add something to whatever I had shared?
I think this is good enough. as I said, the data analytics is the top job going forward, data scientist. And whether the B Pharm degree is there or M Pharm degree is there, how much actual knowledge you have of those algorithms, that will make a difference. So money will come as soon as you show some benefit of applying
Yes.
analytics to the data.
First 2 years difficult, money to come. First 2 years, any job, whether it is a
Yes.
production, manufacturing, marketing, or whatever it is. I remember
Okay.
I had done MR's job for first year. Even in spite of that, I was from a top class uh, college that time. That was JBIMS. But still, I took a bag and roam around on the doctor first year in Indigo Remedies.
Yes, sir. Definitely. So, are there any more questions from students?
Ma'am, I had
Yes.
one question. Uh,
Yes, Disha.
Now, I had one question like COVID. In this, there is contact tracing. So we had been using Arogya Setu app. So how data analytics is used in that? But can you brief about it? Like Arogya Setu, how it worked? Because in Arogya Setu, they give the tracing that they trace the people to some distance, and they say that in this distance you find the patients. So there are some accuracy issues also related. So can you just brief about it?
Thank you, Disha. This will take a lot of time. I will just briefly tell you. Other questions we can always have one-to-one call and do it. Arogya Setu app is not only contact tracing, meaning it is said that if both of you are having your GPS on and you come nearby, immediately there is a confirm telling you that yes, be away from this patient and all. So it is because that patient has entered himself that I am a COVID patient. So whenever anybody is suffering from COVID, because there were questions which are supposed to be answered, and you see there is a everyday reminder to you or every week reminder to you which you have to answer. And when you answer, your GPS is on. So maximum of the time, where do you stay? That comes out automatically from Arogya Setu. And whatever patients were admitted, the first thing which what was put in their computer was Arogya Setu app, mobile. Today also, all the people who tests were done, they were sent an SMS or a WhatsApp for saying that whether you are a COVID. Their reports used to go by WhatsApp, not by telephone or not by print reports first. And that's the reason everybody was on the mobile. And as mobile used to capture how many of you are having COVID and what was the day which you had a COVID and which is the pin code or which is the geography where you are. Accuracy is only 200 meters difference. Accuracy का इतना problem नहीं है GPS में आज. 200 meters का ही problem है. But it was done pin code wise analysis and therefore easily it was pinpointed कि इधर अभी बढ़ रहा है. So then BMC will send a team that side and immediately do the tracing and whatever it is. So Arogya Setu app worked like that. So if you go from Maharashtra to UP, then still you come to know that this was the person who is having a COVID and the GPS, as soon as you on a GPS for Uber or anybody, it captures and it says that अभी तुम्हारा एक patient इधर है जिसको COVID हुआ था.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I would take this opportunity to tell all of you and to thank you, all of you, for a patient hearing. Possibly the time was less, but yes, all of you were so attentive that many of you didn't have questions and have understood or must have read earlier. I would request you to read again. And there's a course which is starting on 10th of December. And till 5th of December, there's a discount for students. And you should do it is what is my feeling. Whether because that money is not so high that you will not be able to sustain with. But the advantage which is going to come with that is very high in the years to come if you have that. But I leave it to you. This is your decision what you want to do in your career. But two things which are going to come up is pharmacoeconomics and data scientist. You Google out anything, you Google out for jobs, you Google out for opportunities in India, you will find this. And our course will give you a certificate, which will also be, if you are going to do MS abroad in somewhere which is MIS and other things, you can still take this course. I
Yes,
thank
thank
you.
you.
Before I Tanmay, you talk about Dr. I'll just thank the management and thank you and thanks Sandeep and all the students to patient listening and thank you for arranging this at such a short notice. I am so happy that you are eager to give good to your students. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. Aparna?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Tanmay.
Yeah, so I guess there are no more questions from the students. So can we do the if there are, sir, any further doubts, I mean, which we I mean, students many times afterwards come and ask us. So can we send any message to you, or can we ask them to get in touch with you later on?
You're on mute.
You have my number, you have Sandeep Rao's number also, I'll share with you. I will share a
Okay.
pamphlet with you whether the email ID is also there. So
Okay,
you
sir.
can circulate that among the students. WhatsApp the questions and we'll definitely call back because we are busy in that second batch now and first batch is passing out. So uska bhi
Okay.
relatively function hai. So
Okay, sir.
we'll be busy this week. But we are there to, anybody wants to do for data analysis, we are always there first for them.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Aparna, you can go ahead.
Yes. It gives me an immense pleasure and my privilege to being asked to propose a vote of thanks. I, on behalf of the entire C U SHAH College of Pharmacy, SNDT Women's University, here together extend a hearty vote of thanks to our today's speaker, Mr. Sandeep Raut and Ashish Baptewal.
Bhakti wale, barabar hai, ekdam barobar hai,
बराबर
Bhakti
है
wale.
sorry, thank you. We are very thankful to you, sir, for sharing the information of data analytics. We were actually enlightened with the information that the importance of data in science, the types of analytics which is available. Basically the predictive analytics was very much highlighting, like for I hope we find a good information for treating this coronavirus. And so different software tools available, and knowing that the pharmacy being an important field for this data analytics might have encouraged our students to have one more field after completion of the B Pharm and M Pharm. Thank you very much, sir, for sparing your valuable time. I would like to express profound gratitude to our principal, Dr. Pratima Tatke, and our teaching staff, Dr. Namita Desai, for arranging this informative session. I'm happy to express vote of thanks to our teaching staff for their cordial cooperation. I would like to thank the students for attending the session. Once again, I want to state that we are very grateful to our speakers and thank you all for being with us. It's been pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's our pleasure too. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you again sometime. A good day
Yes,
to
Yes,
you.
sir.
yes.
Good day
Definitely.
Sure,
to you.
sir.
Bye.
Have a
Bye.
great day. Bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Yes.
sir.
Bye. Bye.